good evening once more, back out here again. Look, I've had so much time out here lately, it's awesome. So what have I done since the last time I saw you? I fitted my channel then, so I've got my channel on there for the sill, which is great, and up to the front, and welded up the front there as well, which is all good. Excuse the horrible brown paint. It's the only stuff I've got. Is rust inhibitor paint, so that's the one. That's the only. I've run out of the grey stuff, so we're on the brown stuff now. So that's good. That's all done. Ready for what's next. What I have done, which I'm kind of regretting a little bit, but this probably wasn't a bad idea. I've dug the rust out of this wheel arch at the back. So I've taken dug it right down, got all of the rust out, and then just filled it, treated it with sort of rust paint again, and I filled it. And so now my job of this evening is to start rubbing this down. Okay, so see if we can get some shape back to this. Now my rubbing down skills with filler are legendary in my own brain, legendarily bad actually, to be fair. However, I'm going to have to do a reasonable job on this wheel arch because it's really going to show, isn't it? Down here it doesn't matter. Up there kind of does matter. And I'm going to have a paint problem up here as well, aren't I? You can tell. But, you know, it's got to be done, isn't it? Got to be done. So we better do it. Okay, much rubbing down later. And well, we have a bit of an arch back. Okay, so this time we're going to prime the filler before we put any proper paint on it. Right, sorry about this. My phone ran out of charge, so I couldn't video the last bit, which is a bit of a shame. I wanted to do it all. So what have I done? I've given it another coat of paint in the front and painted up this side. The other side. You're still on? You're still on, yeah, good. Other side, I haven't painted up the other side yet because there's a little bit of rust on it. So I've just taken all of the rust out and put some light rust paint on it. So that's drying off, so I can't do that. I'll do that later on. Later on, tomorrow probably. But what I have done then, I've rubbed this down. I've got a bit of a wheel arch. Okay. Fantastic, and I've given it a coat of primer. Okay, just a tin, lost it now, don't know where it is. So yeah, so we have, it's not bad, but you know, it's bodywork, isn't it? Bodywork's shit. Well, it is when I do it. Yay! Okay, so that's where we are at the minute. So this is going to dry now. So I can't do anything else tonight. So I'm just going to go in and look at eBay and dream of things to buy for the inside of this beast. Okay, we're moving forward with this. Now I don't know how this is going to turn out. But you know, it will look better than it did, won't it? It will look better than it did. So what I've done then is I've undersealed this up to my crease line there, and this is the real killer with this, because this is all I was expecting to have to do was just this bit here, and this would have been fine. So we've given it the Doppler effect, as the rest of the bus has got up to this level anyway. This time I didn't use the gun because it was a bit rough. It's all right around the front end, but down here it's right next to the door, and it will look a bit out of place because it'll be a lot worse. So what I actually did is I used the same paint, but I actually did it with a paintbrush and just sort of like dabbed it on, if you see what I mean, just sort of like this, and I gave it a load of coats, and it's turned out really good actually. It looks fantastic. So that's done. The arch then, so I've filled the arch and gone over it. It's got a bit of primer filler on it at the moment, and rub that back down again. It's not perfect, it never will be with me doing it. I think it will do for now. The real killer I'm going to have here is this with a colour match. You see on this, it's fine because it's got a definite line, hasn't it? But here it's going to be a bit of a nightmare. You okay? So what we're going to do, we're just waiting for it to dry off, and then we might daub a little bit of orange paint on it just to make ourselves feel a little bit better. We have a heater here. Always find it better to have things a bit hotter when you're painting, or less cold at least. Paint seems to work better when it's got some heat in it. Okay, so that's done with our Dauby effect of our white. I've gone all the way down the front end and along the bottom of the seal as well with it. Okay, so this is fine. We can brush paint this the same as we did the front, and no one will ever know because it will come up perfect. But obviously we've got to spray. I think we've got to spray this. Yes. Okay, so that's where we are. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea. Have I ever told you how much I love doing bodywork? Because I'm so bloody good at it. Right. Okay, so what have we done then? We rebuilt the arch, as you know. I think I've shown you that bit already. We've given that some underseal down the bottom on the bottom trim, which is great. The arch is not too bad. It's not brilliant. It will do. It will suffice. But you can see I've got a colour problem with the paint here. It's very hard to see, but you can see there, definitely. Look. So I've got a colour problem. Now you have to bear in mind it's not quite as bad as it looks. It looks that bad because what I've done then, I'm going to have to paint the whole of this wing so it's all the same colour. So what I've done is I've flatted off the whole of this wing up to that crease there. So I haven't flatted this off, I've just left. So that is original colour, what it should be like. So far so good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I've got some paint made up. This is the third tin. They made me a paint pot, which was a good colour match. They made me a couple of tins and they were crap. So he's made me another one now. Same paint code, and this one is actually a better colour match. So I've only got one tin of paint here. So what I'm doing, I've got the heater on, and I'm getting a nice bit of heat around here. I'm going to use this as my undercoat. So I'm just going straight on the top with this can. Okay, I'm going to paint the whole. Well, I'm going to paint. See how many coats I can get out of one tin. We'll have to wait and see. And I'm going to paint it. And this rear panel here, then, what my intention is to use it as overspray. If you see what I mean. So I'm not gonna. I might end up doing it. It depends how far out the colour is. But if it's very, very close, I'm just gonna not come right up to the end here. And then what I'm going to try and do afterwards is T-cut it back, get rid of the overspray, if you see what I mean, and then hopefully it might blend it quite well. I don't know if it'll work. I know the basics of bodywork, but I have never been any good at it. Okay, so don't hate me for it, but this is what we're going to do. So one tin of spray, get a bit of heat on it first. So I'm going to give it sort of 10 minutes. Until I've got some nice temperature down here. Give this a good old shake up, and then we'll have a go. Hey? Yes! Yes! Whatever. Look, there's someone over there. Wave! Don't wave then. Sod ya, bloody teenagers. Okay, I've just given it one coat, and yeah, in this light, with my eyes closed, it looks actually like quite a pretty good match to me, which is fantastic. I've got to resist the urge to get too much paint on in any one go. You know what it's like, you just want to keep painting, don't you? So it's been a little while. We'll give it another coat now. I haven't painted back here then, so basically, give it a bit of shake up. I'm only kind of spraying back as far as this line here. And then it, like I say, you get a bit of overspray, so it will blend it with a bit of luck. With a bit of luck. Oh, you know what? What do we do with the inside? All I want to do is tidy up the garage and get on the inside of the thing. All of this was unexpected, wasn't it? All of this was unexpected. Right, so now then, I've got to watch what I'm doing and I can't look it through my phone. So basically, where are you? You're there. So all I'm doing then is I'm just spraying it on, like so, not too... Oh, motherfucker. Excuse my language. That's got bloody drop came out of it then. Oh, excuse my language. Sorry, that wasn't the swear word. That was, you must have imagined what I just said then. So this is where we are. Where are we? Okay, so this window, not too much paint on there. Anyone go? Yeah, beautiful. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep doing this. So I'll just spray it on the rest of that. I reckon I'll get another couple of coats out of it, but we'll see how we do. Okay, and then we'll revisit it in a moment. Well, good morning then. So this is the night after painting it. And yeah, it's painted. You can see in this light, or I can see in this light, that I'm going to have a bit of a colour problem here, I think. I knew this would be the case if I touched the wheel arch. So we're going to have a bit of a matching problem. It doesn't look bad at all here, but obviously I've blended it here a little bit. Where it's really going to show again is when I put this panel back on the top and we take that off and we see this against the door, aren't we? That's when it's going to notice. But it's gone on pretty well, to be fair. Now then, it's been spray painted, so it's rough. So all I'm going to do, I'm not going to waste any more time on this at the minute, because you know, it's about colour and there's nothing I can do about this unless I either blow over the whole thing or try and blend it sort of further along. And at the minute I don't have any more paint. This could probably do with another couple of paints, to be fair. So I think what we're going to do, what I'm going to do, I'm going to T-cut this back then, so get rid of this, you know, this rough feeling. So smooth, polish it all down, just with a bit of T-cut. And then the job of this weekend, what I want to do this weekend is get it back on its wheels and get it outside and clean all of the dust off. So completely get rid of all of the dust out of it, find out where the leak is from the sunroof. So we'll try and get outside and wash it down and get a load of water on top of it. Find out where the leak is coming from inside. So we'll have to bolt the doors back on, won't we, for that? And at the same time have a good clean up of the garage and try and get all of the dust out of the garage as well. Because our next task, I think, is going to be to get rid of this. Yeah, things like this, you know, when you're in unnatural light like we are at the minute, it doesn't look too bad. It's when you get out in daylight that it'll really show. But we'll polish it down. Polishing it down then, I've just got some T-cut. And all I'm going to do, he says, trying to open it one-handed. Is a bit of T-cut on the rag, and very carefully. As in not too much anyway, or not rub it too hard. I'm just going to go over this. Take quite a lot of time doing this, and you can feel it under your fingers as it gets smoother and smoother as you start to get rid of sort of that rough effect. Okay, we'll polish it down. And I'll crack on and get this done, and then hopefully we'll get the thing outside a bit later on today or tomorrow. Okay, see you in a bit, bye bye. Well, I've given it a T cut up, not as much as it could. I'm going to go a bit more with it. I have to say the colour match isn't bad, you know. It doesn't look too bad at all. In here, obviously, we'll pass. Bearing in mind this has just been done with a bloody spray can in the garage. It's not too bad a job. But what we'll do, we'll wash it all off, get it outside. You know, it's got no lacquer on it or anything like that. We'll cut it back some more, but we'll probably cut back the whole of the bus. I could do the mop really, couldn't I? I think that wouldn't be a bad idea. Don't have one of them. But it blends quite well. It doesn't look bad. No, let's get it outside. Let's get it outside and wash it down. Okay, really quick video this one, but look at this. It's on its wheels. Isn't it funny? It's been up in the air for so long. It looks bloody tiny now it's down on the floor. Okay, so back on its wheels, ready to go outside. Down here we did all of this, didn't we? Yeah, so this is looking pretty good. It's not fantastic, but you know, it's not bad. I think it will do, but we're going to have to wait and see the colour match. And I need to T-cut this up a little bit more yet, and then maybe get some polish and polish it as well. But you know what? It's turned out pretty good, I think. Once we get it outside, we'll really see the colour match, won't we? But yeah, it's ready to go outside. It's ready to go outside. We can then go and we're going to get all of the dust off the roof. Well, you can see how ridiculous it is. All of the dust off the van. I'm going to de-dust the garage while it's out there as well. So clear out the garage again, so that's all nice and tidy. And then we can bring it back in. We'll find out where the leak is from the sunroof when we're outside. And we'll get the dust off, and then we can start on the top side and that little bit of rust right at the very back there. Yes. Yeah. Moving forward. We are always moving forward here. We have to get rid of the dust on the inside as well. Look at that. Bloody hell. There's my beautiful bus. We'll see you next week. Yeah, bye.